welcome back. I know, I was gone for a week, but you have no idea how incredibly busy I have been. We had a big going away party for my son, leaving for Spain. He'll be in Spain for the next 2 weeks. We had a big car show here in town, well, the town closest to me, this past weekend, over 1,000 cars, and we had our grandson with us, and just putting in things in the garden and dealing with the gardens and chickens and just all kinds of craziness going on in this house. So, but I did come take a few minutes. I wanted to take a few minutes out today to cook with you because I miss you. Hope you miss me too. Well, I know you do. Now, before we get started today, I want to stop and pause, and I want to say a huge congratulations to one of my subscribers and her family. Her daughter was just accepted to West Point. We thank you for your future service to this country and the best of luck to you. What a proud accomplishment. So proud of you. And that's coming from a Navy mom to an Army kid. There you go. Love them all. Anybody dedicated to this country is good by me on any level. All right, now, back to business. Or down to business. Actually, we're just getting started. Today, what I'm doing today is lamb chops in a balsamic reduction. Okay, I know that sounds fancy, and you say, well, I can't afford lamb. Guess what? I can't either. But when it's reduced for quick sale at 25% off, yes, then I can afford it. This is all natural lamb. No antibiotics, no hormones, grass-raised, grass-fed. And the first thing we're going to do is pat it off a little bit. Really? How y'all been? Now, I'm going to be serving these lamb chops with wild rice and a broccoli and cauliflower saute in a lemon dill butter. Super easy. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is season them before they go in the pan. Now, this pan is hot. I have a little bit of olive oil in the bottom. I'm going to do Mediterranean style lamb chops. However, that's what I was going to say. However, you can do this with pork chops. It'll work just fine. First thing we're going to do is salt and pepper, a little black pepper, a little salt. This is pink Himalayan sea salt. Some oregano. This is dried oregano that I dried last year from my garden. A little bit. This is an all-purpose Greek seasoning. I love this thing. It's good. One of the things I like about it is that there's no MSG in it, and it's sold everywhere around the country. It is a Greek seasoning. It's a really good seasoning from Greece. It rivals just about anything I've ever had from Greece. And that was the end of it. Alright, cool. So now we've got these done. And what we're going to do is we're going to put these in, season side down, gently, but quickly. And now while that's doing that, well, we got that going. On that side, messy. While we got that going on that side, we're going to just go ahead and give these a quick seasoning. Now, it seems like there's a lot of oil in there, but there's not really. And in this case, it's okay. Now, I cheated and preheated this skillet. But normally, I wouldn't do that. And I messed up big time there. I used the wrong cutting board. I used my veggie cutting board for meat. Now that one's got to be sanitized. I'm here. Didn't go nowhere. Ta-da! Boo! Alright. So now, while those are browning on one side, we're going to cut up some onion. Now, when you're cutting an onion, something to remember about onion to make it easy to cut is, if you look, let me go ahead and peel this one off for you. If you look at an onion, look at an onion, and what you're going to see is, you're going to see these ridges that go around the onion. Consider those your guidelines for cutting. So even if you're going to dice it, you're always going to do the length first, then the width. That's what I've done here. Alright? This is a bad section here. I want to get rid of the eppies. I don't want bitter onion. There we go. Alright. So this? Yeah. Okay. And I want mine loose like this. So now we're going to put in the onions. And these are the last of the onions from our garden last year. So I got to use them up anyway. Again, my family won't eat onions. Common sense cooking. Your family won't eat onions? Don't put onions in it. My family would like this with peppers. Really? Then put some peppers in it. That works. Common sense cooking. We cannot get away from common sense cooking. Alright, see that pretty brown? Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Now at this point, we're not trying to cook them all the way through. We're sear. This is called a sear. And what we're doing is we're just doing like this and creating it on the outside so none of the juices can escape. And I'm thinking a little bit more onion. Why not? We got the onions. Let's use them up. A little bit more onion. We like onion. One thing about it, if you're raising chickens and you're saving your scraps for your chickens, your food scraps, this does not go to the chickens. Onions do not go to the chickens. This goes in your compost. Alright? And the reason for that is, if you feed your chickens onions and garlic, your eggs will taste like onions and garlic. Now, if that appeals to you, knock yourself out. Feed them onions and garlic. Alright. I've got some mushrooms here that need to be used up. Just a few. There's not very many of them. So I'm just going to throw those in too. And I'm just rough chopping them up to make them go a little further. Dishes like this, when you're going to be doing a lot, particularly in a dark sauce, this is a great way to use up like old mushrooms or onions or tomatoes. Anything you need to get rid of, don't throw it out, just use it up. Alright, so now we're going to just throw those in. Yeah, that's all that. Alright, I went out and picked some rosemary before you came. So I'm just going to put some rosemary in because rosemary and lamb are great pairings. There's a lot of foods that are great pairings. For example, citrus and ahi peppers. Amazing. I think I'll put some oregano. We're going to save the parsley till the very end. Parsley and cilantro always go in at the very end. Now I'm going to put this down on low. And of course, our favorite. I know that's wrong. Works, didn't it? Splash of red wine. This is a Cabernet. Ooh, ain't much of that left. I'll finish that up after you're gone. And this is a balsamic vinegar, because I said it was going to be a balsamic reduction. Again, really good with lamb or any red meat. Alright, now I need a clove of garlic. Now, to do garlic, First of all, a lot of people don't like garlic because they don't like that sharp, bitter garlic taste. Two things. You overcook garlic, boom, you're going to get sharp, bitter garlic. Second of all, the bigger the closer you can get to using it whole, the less you're going to have. The finer you chop it, the more stronger, bitter it gets. With your blade pointing away from you, in the back of your hand, just smack it. And then rough chop it. Walk your knife over it a few times. Depends on how sharp, how much do you want it cut down. If you don't want to do that, you can just throw the whole cloves in. Alright. So at this point, we're going to put the lid on it. And this is going to stew like this. It's called braising. This is going to braise for, let's see, 130. It's going to braise like this for about 30 minutes. Okay? Then when that's done, we're going to fast forward it to the sauce. Basically, to make the sauce, we're going to remove the lamb onto a plate. Then we're going to, at the very end, we're going to add in butter. About 2 tablespoons, big chunks of butter. Stir it in at the very end. Make sure you get all the bits off the bottom. People will tell you to put your butter in a sauce early on. It thickens your sauce. But if you put it in at the very end, well, not the very end, but towards the end, not at the very beginning, but towards the end, it stabilizes the sauce. The molecules in it will cause the sauce to stabilize and it won't break. Breaking a sauce is when it's a nice, pretty thick sauce, and then all of a sudden it turns to water, and you don't know why. That's because the sauce broke. What happened is the molecules that, you got these moisture molecules like this, right? And then they hug tight with the air molecules and the protein molecules, and they all hug tight like this. Well, then all of a sudden you get a weak link, and one of them breaks down, and then the others just scatter. And that's basically your sauce is broken. And at that point, you just throw it out. You can't save it. It's gone. Just throw it out and then come up with plan B, which is whatever you can to make a sauce out of in the pantry. And because it really doesn't matter, as long as you don't do it at the very beginning, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I'm talking about right now. But I need a plate. But I need to get a plate. Alright, so notice I am not using a fork to do this. The reason is you do not want to put a hole in your meat. That's just a place for the more juices to escape. Also, when you cook meat, any kind of meat, when it comes out, before it does not come out of the pan, onto the plate, onto the table. I know I tell you to get it on the table, but when we're talking about meat, you gotta let it sit and rest for about 5 or 10 minutes. And what happens is, all those proteins that have been going like this, dancing in the heat, come together, come back together. It cools down, they start coming back together, and as they come back together, the juices run back up into the meat instead of scattering out, and it becomes more tender, more juicy, and more flavorful. So you always want to do that. And believe it or not, these are done. I can tell you right now by looking at them. So now we're going to bring this up to not even medium. And I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of butter in there. These are already done. I can tell you by looking at them. I would bet you dollars to donuts they are done. And what we're looking for is about 145. Right on the money. Well, almost. Hurry, it's going down fast. Yes, we're right on the money on that one. So, that's how quick. It was a fast and easy dinner. And this is our supper for tonight. We're having the lamb for tonight, like I said. With wild rice. Yeah. Great. Lynn probably can't have nice things. Lynn throws it on the ground. Now, at this point, if you wanted to add tomatoes, you could add tomatoes. If you wanted to add peppers, add some peppers in. Right now, what we're trying to do is make sure we got all the bits scraped up in it. Do you see? Can you see how this has gotten thick just since I added that butter into it? So now what we're going to do is we're going to turn that down to low. Turn it down to low. And just very, actually we're not even going to turn it down to low. We're just going to turn it off. And very briefly return these, return the chops. These are going to be, no, that's a lamb. Sorry, that's the best lamb call I can do. And I don't have a lamb hat, so. Always, look at that, all those juices, that all goes back in there. So what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to put the lid on it, and I'm going to let it set and rest until we're ready to eat dinner, which will be about 3 hours. It'll be fine. It doesn't need to be reheated because it's in cast iron, and it will retain its heat as long as I leave it right here, and I leave the lid on it. I hope you liked today's cooking lesson on quick, easy lamb chops in a balsamic reduction. If you did, please like and subscribe and comment below. And we'll see you on Thursday when we'll be doing Aussie chicken and I think some homemade jelly. Have a great week, and remember, common sense cooking is your way, not anybody else's way, what works for you, and get it on the table. Enjoy your week, and thanks for coming. Come back next time.